Cup champion Darren McCarty, the golden voice of Neal Ruhl, and the iconic Terry Foster. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Hey, yo. Welcome back. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. No T-Foss today here on a Tuesday. Get involved. WoodwardSports.com. Chat thread. Jump in there. We appreciate your contributions and ideas like Detroit Dabber 313. Good morning. That's very nice to start it off. General greeting to everybody. Good morning.
General greetings. Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning to you, Dabber, and to the rest of the people watching Woodward Sports Big D Energy.
Absolutely, and there's a lot to unpack today. All the Red Wings, ho-hum, they were down 5-0 in a game again. We will discuss. I have to let that simmer for a while. We'll get to that one in the second hour, okay, everybody? I'll try to, towards the end of the first hour, beginning of the second hour for the Red Wings folk in there. Don't worry, we're going to get to it. We were talking about how it's yes, it most certainly is. We were talking how it was nice, nice greetings, nice good morning greetings. It's warm out, for January. It's warm out.
Absolutely.
And you're feeling kind of relaxed. And then you look over in the sound booth. We mentioned Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. And Spenny, I don't know if you caught it, but you look over in the sound booth.
Yeah.
There's a man here on a day where everybody's relaxed and feeling good and congenial and respectful. There is a man here that woke up and chose violence. There is a man on this show today that has got the guns out flannel. Without the suns out. He has the sleeveless flannel on today. And I would imagine that's got a lot to do.
Hold on, Neal. You said that he woke up and chose violence.
He woke up and chose violence.
He has not been to bed. He chose violence last night during that football game, and he has not stopped. I think he slept in that flannel. I think Mrs. Flannel, wow. Can we do a wellness check on Mrs. Flannel just to make sure she's okay? But you were fired up last night into this morning. So, actually, I like to see it. I was looking for the sun. I was hoping that you're going to bring it, but you were on one last night, continue to be, and you stand. And actually, Neal, he might be right on something.
Well, we're gonna unpack that. I'm dedicating a whole segment to that, and I know that Tom Brady is like a lightning bolt topic where a lot of people hate him, a lot of people love him, and stuff like that. But this isn't necessarily about Tom Brady. I am doing this first hour today as kind of like a self-help type thing. I have some things that I will take to you, the people, and you, my co-workers. I think there are some things we can help Sam Flannel with as well. Help is the word. And that's what we're going to do. Because, again, we got a lot of stuff to get to. Jim Harbaugh will be your coach. We're going to lead off with that one coming up in just about 9 minutes or so. We're going to lead off with that because I have an issue with some of the Michigan football fans. Not Michigan football, but some of the fans. And we'll discuss. We will bring it all up. I do have a question for you guys out there that maybe you can help. I am not one that can sleep on airplanes. I don't know why that is. Unless extreme measures are taken, and you guys know what I mean when I say extreme measures.
Yeah, like $200 at the bar.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like of my own volition. You know what I'm saying? I got a trip coming up this weekend. We go to Indianapolis tomorrow after the show. Golden Grizzlies have a game. We come back Friday for the show. Friday night, I'm going to Las Vegas for the weekend with my friends. Usually we go for the Super Bowl. And can't do the Super Bowl because I have a game, so we came up with a compromise to go for this round of the NFL playoffs, which is cool. I'm excited. It's something we always do. You know what that entails.
I have zero problem sleeping on the plane, but I have full control over my system, right? No matter what is put it in. Now, this would be a great time to introduce yourself to the relationship with the plane. Right, because that's a great way to travel with. But I guess some people can sleep on the plane or they can't. Can you do you fall asleep when you read? Is it something that you can prepare yourself into, or is it like motion like on the bus trips? You're on a lot of bus trips with Oakland U.
Yeah.
Can you catch a nap here, catch a nap there? Because first of all, number one, get a window. Right, windows.
Oh yeah, that's the big
necessity.
play.
Set yourself up for
you need
success.
A wall of some
and even
sort.
if you got, I don't care if you're flying Spirit, you're flying whatever. if it's important where you're thinking about this, get the big comfy chair, get something.
Right.
The exit.
Which I did procure for the Sunday night flight home.
There you go, on the window, which is a start, right? For me too, I carry a one of those neck pillows, or which
I do have one of those. Yes.
So I guess the preparation is put yourself in the best possible situation. Now, also for me, it's music. Do you listen to music? So for me, there's two things that I use to sleep. Okay, it's Coldplay, right, and it's Pink Floyd.
Okay, I do the smooth jazz bit, but
whatever
same but different.
So I guess it's like, you know what, and knowing you, being your friend for a long time, and knowing that you're not going to sort of lay back the first night, but you're going to ease into it because you got responsibilities, but you can sort of find that balance and try to carry it into that late night. The problem is, if anybody's flown the red eye with the time change and stuff like this, it takes some preparation. It's tough to just cold do it, but I'd be interested in hearing what other people do.
Yeah, and that's what I'm at. And yes, real cream of wheat, get drunk. Certainly that's a strategy that has been employed in the past. However, with this, because it's such a tight window, right, going out Friday evening, coming back, leaving Vegas Sunday night at 11, getting in here at 4 a.m., but we got to roll. Got a show that morning. Oakland's playing Detroit in the rivalry game Monday night. I gotta hit the ground running.
You have to be productive.
You have to be
when
productive.
You come down, it's got to be sort of like you got up early, like nothing, because that's how it works. That's how you get to have your work and your play.
Right, absolutely. And Pete Smith says, you got to listen to a book you've already listened to. That's an interesting play.
That's a good one, right? I guess it's the same way as do you...
People also
sleep with the TV on, or stuff like that. It's like a distraction piece. I sleep with the thunderstorms and the rain and all that stuff.
Yeah, that could be a play. Alicia, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. I never would have guessed Coldplay from Darren McCarty.
Well, you know what? It's different reasons. On the plane, trying to get some sleep, because the object is to accomplish your goal. And if your goal is sleeping, you go to any means necessary. So DMAC delved into a little Chris Martin.
Chuck Brewer says if you're flying Spirit, you can't sleep. You have to help flap the wings.
Saw that.
I am. You guys all trash Spirit, man.
Spirit's a joke.
Never had a problem.
Yeah, well,
you better knock your...
Never, not once.
When I look up and I see the wiring in the top of the plane, I'm good. I'm good there.
The pilot's in there too, man.
No.
Pilot doesn't, Pilot, he's not playing roulette with his life, man. He's confident. He's fairly confident.
The last time I went on a flight, I was going to California, and I slept a lot because me and my friend pre-gamed. We got medicated.
You use the get drunk method, okay?
No, the Darren McCarty method.
Oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. You got to medible it up.
We were walking through the airport, and he was so inebriated after we got through TSA and checked the bags or everything. He stopped in the middle of the airport and looked around because he didn't have his luggage with him. I was like, dude, you checked it already. What are you doing? He's like,
oh yeah. See, that's the whole thing. It's like it's a top. You got to time it just right to do whatever you need to do to get through TSA, because once you're through there with all your stuff, then it's home free.
Yes.
Then you can't control it. Cornelius T says he also, Neal, has never had a problem with Spirit.
Never have.
Rake recommends, because Rake does Trip Out West or whatever. It's trying to keep that same sleep cycle, right? So if
because here I'll take you through it. This is how this is going to go. All right. Number one, I think, is being honest with yourself.
100%.
That's the non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable.
Right? Let's just get real. Okay, I'll put it out there. Here's how it's going to go. Just being real. Now, we're getting older now, so it's not quite like it used to be.
No.
However, it's like a 7 o'clock flight out there Friday. Soon as we get to the airport, we lock in. We're going to do 2 pre-flight. We'll do about 3 on the flight. We'll land. We'll get out in those streets. You got energy. You land. I literally don't make it into the room. We open the door, set the bag in the room, and boom, you go. That's the way you do it.
Absolutely.
I would imagine the body will begin to govern itself.
You're going to trip over that bag when you come in all banged up at 4 in the morning,
right.
or maybe
it'll be a little sooner. Yeah, it'll be a little sooner
because it's 5.
See, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know,
and that's the way it'll go.
And then
the body will self-govern. and we'll go about the shutdown process. Probably about 1 o'clock.
I think you brought up a great point, Neal, in the fact of the self-awareness. So you're going into it, like you could have a great time and get it to the level, but it doesn't have to be like it used to be. Aren't you grateful you're older? You don't have to do it like Spenny does it all the time now and stuff like
and you
that.
don't feel that pressure to have to.
Right.
You've seen it all.
You know that you're going to go to your room at 2 a.m. You're going to have a great buzz on. Maybe you won a couple bucks. Maybe you didn't. You had a few laughs or whatever. And you know, hey, dude, I'm going to get up in like 5 or 6 hours. It's going to be 8 o'clock and have breakfast, get ready for football, all this stuff. Like your day's planned. I think it's going to be different. I don't think you're going to get on that plane. I think you're going to get on that plane. You're going to be prepared for your Monday, but also too you're gonna figure out a way self-aware to try to get if you can get 2 hours of solid sleep or 3 hours on that flight.
Yeah, and that's where it is. So we're building up to it. You get back to the room, you shut it down. You're gonna get up way too early because
you're in Vegas.
But your body's like when 9 o'clock Eastern comes, which is 6 o'clock Vegas. Your body's like, hey, bro, it's 9 o'clock. Get up. We're never asleep.
I
this
thought
long.
It was because there's like slot machines and tables screaming your name from downstairs that you can hear.
But then, because I get this a lot because I travel a lot, and then the fight starts, the internal fight. Shut up and go back to bed. It's all.
Oh yeah.
And then I lay down, and then we can't. And I'm like, well, dude, just get up. No, dude, shut up and go back to sleep. Like, well, why don't we just get up and like we'll go work out? Like, we'll go do that, and we'll force the body to get going. The body's like, no, we don't want that. And there's that struggle that goes on for about an hour. Then you just say F it and you get up and you go about the day. And it's the Saturday football playoffs and stuff like that. We got tickets to an event we're going to, and then you're going to go into it and you're going to do it. The key is DMAC, like you talked about. Sunday night, we can sprint out of the gate, Spenmo, and I'm curious to get your take on this. In my mind, here's the game plan.
Okay.
Sunday morning comes, we get to the event because the game start at noon out there.
Mm-hmm.
3 o'clock game is noon. We'll probably get to the spot about 11, and boom, we go in.
Yes.
And then we're going to not power down, but taper. We're going to taper
off a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to taper, and that's the game plan. We're going to rock it till about 3, hard.
Yeah.
Then we'll ride the wave down. Then we'll go back to the room, get the suitcase, go to the airport, get on the plane, and hopefully we did enough. Hopefully we threaded that needle.
Yeah. That sounds like a good plan.
It's a great laid plan.
Sounds
isn't
like
it?
Good timing. Yeah, everything's laid out. You're ready.
The groundwork looks solid, does it not?
No, it absolutely
does that sound good?
And the fact you're talking about it, the fact that you've been talking about it, I think you'll be prepared. Because again, maturity, Neal.
That's what it is.
It ain't your first time to Vegas, right? You've been through the gamut before. You know what to expect.
We've
right?
walked a mile in those shoes. Yes.
Walked a tons of miles in those shoes. That's exactly it. So Vegas has a little bit different. So I think you'll be good, and it'll be interesting to hear how your Monday goes on Tuesday, right? It'll be interesting. It's not your Monday. You'll be firing on all adrenaline the weekend and stuff. It's that Tuesday that's going to hit.
No, but we're a champion, and we're going to pull this off. So that was it. I was just curious if anybody had any tricks of the trade, and I like it. DMAC, it wasn't necessarily a trick that you gave me. It was a mentality.
I guess that's what it is. Just going in with a game plan. I guess
Just
that's
go with
with
the
anything
game
else
plan.
because you go into a game plan like you're going to Vegas with a game plan to gamble and stuff like that. So you should have a game plan of coming back.
I like it. Ryan's reaction. Let us know if you see Tom Brady in Vegas. Well, I'm sure Sam Flannel and Tom Brady will be hanging out. Is that fair? You guys got plans for the weekend? He's not busy.
No, I actually have no desire to hang out with Tom Brady.
Oh, come on.
Just a couple of Michigan men?
Hey, I am a Walmart Wolverine. I will fully admit that. No, Tom Brady can go F himself.
Well,
See what we're in for later on?
That's a great segue. But first, let me tell you about Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men because they're going to always be around because they're the champion. Come to Lady Jane's for award-winning haircut experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win your down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Yes, I said it, $200K. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
The Sports Marketing Agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Matrix Home Solutions is your go-to for any home project. Looking for a new man cave? They are the basement remodel experts. They also specialize in bathrooms and kitchens. An A+ rating by the Better Business Bureau. Call 888-594-8844 or go to matrixhomesolutions.com.
Back at it, Big D Energy. We are off and running. Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel. He chose violence. Spencer Raxter here in the building as well, cleaning up this discussion from the open Doug Durkee. Sprint out of the box and trot the rest of the way. I think that's going to be the Sunday. That's going to be Sunday's game plan. Sunday's game plan.
Yeah.
That's where we're going to be at.
Yeah, crush the guy like you were just saying between the break. Because
we're coming in Friday.
Wow. Going in. 2 or 3 are going in Wednesday, one's going in Thursday, and the closer you is coming in Friday. And those guys, after 2 days, they better pace themselves because you're going to be coming in hot.
Now, you guys
no
think
excuses.
I have tone? You think I have tone here? Can you imagine in that environment?
Imagine you in your comfort zone? Yeah, hey, you should see him in his comfort zone.
Yeah. Get up. Get up.
Placing any bets on Michigan basketball?
Oh, 100% to win the Natty. To win the Natty.
The NIT.
Would I get plus money on them making the tournament?
Probably.
Right here, right now, they make the tournament?
Yes. That Northwestern win was big for their tournament hopes. This is one of the best Northwestern teams ever. Haven't they only been to like 1 or 2 NCAA tournaments their whole existence? This is a good Northwestern team. Michigan needed that win. They got it, but they got to keep it going.
Listen to them play the Michigan part.
What?
This is one of the greatest Northwestern teams. That's a big win. That's a big win. Big resume building win.
I'm about to say, would losing at home to Northwestern have been a disaster? Absolutely. So I'm allowed to be happy about that.
No, I'm just kidding. Well, hey, you guys averted disaster in the football world. Jim Harbaugh is back. Santa Ono tweeting out that he just got off the phone with Jim Harbaugh. This guy loves him some social media, man.
Hey, I'll tell you what, though. When Santa Ono was wheeling and dealing like he is, you can stay on social media as much as you want. I'm so happy that we have Santa Ono as our president now, and I'm happy to have Jim Harbaugh back in Ann Arbor. Yes,
because I thought you were just saying, I want this to be over. I'm tired of this. I'm done with this. Because that's been all Michigan fans saying that.
Okay, I did want it to be over, but it was resolved very quickly. The Monday after the Monday after the dead period. And now it's let's ride. Michigan has a lot of people coming back this year. I mean, they got J.J. McCarthy, Donovan Edwards, Will Johnson, Mike Sandra-Still, Chris Jenkins, Michael Barrett, Junior Colson, Cornelius Johnson, Zach Zinner, Trevor Keegan. They're all back. All back.
The tweet from the tweet about Jim Harbaugh from Santano, the Michigan president. This was Jim Harbaugh. I'm sorry. Jim Harbaugh said, "I love the relationships that I have at Michigan, the coaches, staff, families, administration, President Santa Ono, especially the players and their families. My heart is at the University of Michigan. I once heard a wise man say, don't try to out happy, go blue," where he always wanted to be, D-Mac.
Yes, sir.
Every year.
Who said that?
Jim Harbaugh said that.
No, who said don't happy? He said he heard it once, but who said it originally?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know, but is the biggest problem, maybe I'll go to you, Neal, because you were actually AD. You're on the payroll. Does anybody else
Uper says Neal
look
did it,
behind
boys.
this and say, okay, so Harbaugh, and I get it, but went right to the president to work it out. There's no ward manual, there's no AD in the conversation to everything else of what we heard. Does this mean that the AD who doesn't make himself available, right, is more not available, but isn't this a bigger flex by Harbaugh to call the president to get it done and then go, hey, we got it done. Don't worry, we don't need you. From what we've heard in the last week about, well, let's just get it done, where the AD was going to say, hey, you know what? We did everything that we could. And Harbaugh went straight to the president. Am I overreacting, or am I reading?
No. I think you're accurate. The AD is useless in this process. Like this is Michigan's football coach. This is Jim Harbaugh. See, here's what people need to understand. Like the world we live in, where you have your checks and your balances, and like if you work at a shop and you have your foreman, and then you have the owner and stuff like that. Like the foreman level, that doesn't apply here. This is Jim Harbaugh, and this is the president of the university, and the president wants to get this. You think the president wants to lose Harbaugh and lose what's going on right now in Michigan football under his watch? No.
So here's my question. Does this open because of this conversation, the way that in Harbaugh coming back? All I want to know, and I'm sure you do too, because you have more expectations than a lot of Michigan fans to compete for national championships, does this open them up to compete for recruits in the portal and to do different things that we complain about that Michigan won't compete on those levels or compete in those waters?
No. Now that's where I'll pump the brakes a little bit.
So this has
it's been proven. Yeah, that's got nothing to do with that. This has nothing to do with that.
My thing is that if he's talking to the president, where you said there's no chain of command to whatever else, would think that it's like talking to the owner and going, 100%. Hey, we need this guy, we need that guy.
And that's a great call by you, D-Mac, because here's the deal, and I'm talking to the Sam Flannels of the world right now. Like, and I brought this up yesterday on the show, but I think today it only reinforces it more. The Michigan fans and they're whining and they're complaining and well, just go already. I just want him out. No, you don't. Stop with that. This guy is your only hope. You had to have him. And here's the deal, guys. Remember, this is professional sports. I know it's college, but it's professional sports. And Jim Harbaugh, and so, who said it on here earlier? He will just do this exact same thing again next year. Yes, he will. And you'll sit there and take it. Because you got another 13-0 season coming up, because you have an 8-game exhibition schedule, once again, where you warm it up. And that's the way that it's going to operate, guys. And then next offseason, yeah, he's going to try to get back to the NFL. I think he wants to win a Super Bowl. You know, I think that burns within him that he wants to. And look, I
think the stuff that he said that came out from John U. Bacon and stuff about his frustration is true.
I believe that too.
With everything else, my whole question, so I guess in my mind, right, where you said that I know it's college, but it's run professionally, well, there's two levels. There's the colleges running it like college, and then there's a very few, or the SEC, and a couple teams that are trying to operate it professionally. That's how you get the national championship. Like, you're at a ceiling right here competing. I just wonder if it changes. Yes, Neal, I think the frustrations and everything else, what would you bet right now that we're in the same situation next year?
Depends on what jobs are open. You know what? Like, it's fluid. It'll happen. 100% it'll happen. I think that's where he wants a shot.
We know for a fact he wants to be there.
He wants to ride the perfect wave, though. You know what I'm saying? Like we talk about Ben Johnson, right? If anybody offers him, he's probably going to take it. Is that fair? Like
because it's a next level thing.
It's a next level thing. For him, he needs the perfect situation to leave. And then he will go.
Right.
But guess what, guys? You guys, with you're sitting there and you're crying and you're complaining about it, just be quiet and accept the fact that you're going to sit there and take it, because that's what you are. You're going to do that. You are. So guess what? He's back. And the way the schedule is lined up. See, Harbaugh has sorted some things out. And then you guys hate it. I know you do, Sam Flannel, and all the Michigan fans. You guys hate it. But like the schedule next year. Is it embarrassing? Yup. But guess what? They're going to be 12-0, and they're going to be in the college football playoff again because the Big Ten stinks. So they're going to be there. And I don't hate on it. That's a brilliant play, because that's the way society works now.
But then you're still doing the college thing because you're not prepared to make that step to the next level. So you're gonna run into the same thing every sort of year. You don't have that preparation game or on your schedule, except for probably the Ohio State, right? I don't know. Like, do you see that how yeah, that's great to get you there, but it hinders you. Hopefully, when the playoff system comes in, that'll be more meaningful games down the stretch earlier, right? Like the playoffs start earlier, so you'll be playing a playoff game, which is a more meaningful game. So
You'll get what you want.
I just, from experience, you need those reps to prepare yourself to know what you have. Like,
but DMAC, that's not the way this works. That sounds great. I love it. I love your idealism. I love where your head's at. It's cute. I want to pinch your cheeks.
To me, 12-0 with no schedule puts you in the same position you were in this year.
Oh, DMAC, you're so romantic.
It's frustrating because sometimes you need to get your head kicked in. We saw it from Dallas last night. Everybody's worried about their last game of the year. No, it was a wake-up call. Alex Smith nailed it pregame. On the ESPN pregame, he said, "You know what? That's going to be a wake-up call." For like that's what they need sometimes, a close game, something to fight other than just that one game.
But Sam Flannel, you don't want that. You like it better like this, don't you?
I mean, I want college football playoff appearances.
That's it. You just want to beat Ohio State and win the Big Ten. That's all you want. You've been programmed for that.
Wait a minute. You didn't let me finish. Because if you get in the dance, you have an opportunity. I'm not saying it's the best opportunity, but in a lot of sort of matchups, I think Michigan can win a national championship under Jim Harbaugh, even if they don't recruit as good as Georgia or Alabama, because of matchup situations. If Michigan keeps getting in the college football playoff, which I believe they will this year with a crazy amount of starters coming back, a weaker schedule, Ohio State lost C.J. Stroud, I think they'll get in again, and they might set themselves up to get in, especially with it expanded, pretty much every single year. You have a chance as long as you're in. I'm not saying they're recruiting as good as Alabama or Georgia. They're not getting all the 5 stars, but they could get favorable matchups one year.
Against TCU?
And you know what? That was a terrible, terrible missed opportunity, and I will never live that down. But they can't let that happen again, because they got to go win national championships. Because right now, what the Michigan program is, I don't think there's a single program in all of college football that has won more conference championships to national championships where like the disparity is higher than any school in the country. And I want that to change. But I at least want them to keep winning those conference championships.
See?
Take them to heights that they haven't been.
You guys, get out of your feelings about it. You're getting what you want.
I am getting what I want.
So why are you guys all worked up every year? Oh, well, next season this will happen again. Yeah, it will.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried about next season. I was worried more about this year because I've looked at a couple different recruiting websites. Everything that you see has either Michigan as the 17th ranked class or the 20th. That's good
enough for you.
No, it's
yes,
they just
it
won
is.
2 Big Ten championships.
Right, and that's good enough.
They're supposed to be higher though. After that, a program is supposed to like a Clemson, for example.
Not when you don't have the infrastructure around. And I saw somebody earlier talked about how they changed their name, image, and likeness program. That was the most Michigan move. The One More Year Fund, where you can give Blake Corum some money so he comes back. Like, no. That's not how it's going to work.
Should I not want that, though? Like, at least keep the guys that you have. Like I said, this Michigan team is going to be really good next year because they're returning so many people.
To beat dogs, you need dogs.
I understand. But, I mean, I think Blake Corum's a dog. I think Donovan Edwards is a dog. They've got dogs. Not as many as Georgia and Alabama, but they've got dogs.
So, therefore, they can't beat them. They can't. Like, I'm sorry, they can't. You have to get those players to start. Where are your 5 stars? Where is your 5 years in a row with a wide receiver taken in the first round?
No, it doesn't exist. I mean, their 5 stars are Will Johnson, J.J. McCarthy, and Donovan Edwards. But their wide receiver room, we have talked about. I'm happy that Cornelius Johnson is back, but he ain't a number 1, and I say ain't for effect. He had his all-time greatest game at Ohio State, but he's not a number 1. That is a legitimate concern. That is where they're weakest at. And yeah, they haven't had a first-round draft pick skill position player since Braylon Edwards. That can't happen.
Yes, Tammy Chin, by the way, yes, it's called the Valiant Fund. She says, I'm curious what portion of that money goes to the players. They say it's an incentive-based program for players to come back, which is fine. But it's already been proven that those players that coming back aren't at that level to win.
They're not at that level, but they're damn good players.
Okay.
I mean, Donovan Edwards.
And that's good enough for you, right?
Donovan Edwards, Will Johnson, and J.J. McCarthy. Those are guys that are at that level.
No, those are good enough for you.
They're going to win the Big Ten again.
So, okay.
No, I'm not saying that's good enough. I'm just saying that's the first start. If you don't win the Big Ten, you can't go to the college football playoff.
Ohio State did.
Okay, but I don't want that. I don't want that. Why would I want to lose to Ohio State?
That's fair.
Ohio State.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. I honest to God think that I wouldn't want to win the national title if we lost to Ohio State.
That's not. Oh God, that's tough actually. Ohio.
What?
Oh come
That
on.
should not be tough.
Okay, you know what? We're done. Harbaugh's coming back. We're done. I'll get back at you guys in July. Okay? Is that fair? Can we do that? Can we commit to that, D-Mac?
That's perfect.
You just got all.
Everybody else happy.
That's honestly tough.
I know.
Yes.
I know.
I just gave you guys all you need to know.
You'd rather beat
But
Ohio
at the end of the
State
day,
than win
Neal,
a national title?
Right? Because
Maybe not now,
what do we
but a
realize?
couple
The
years ago,
self-awareness
yes.
is we have bigger expectations than most fans.
And D-Mac, again, that's what it boils back down to.
You and I sitting here,
I have bigger expectations for the Michigan football program than Sam Flannel does. Than most of you
in
fans
this
do.
room, and there's a lot more people like that.
Yeah.
He just thought, no, I wouldn't want to if I had to lose to Ohio State. Wait, what?
I told you, D-Mac. I've been telling you guys this for a year.
Oh, somebody drink something.
Because I actually care about Big Ten championships and don't think they're useless. I'm this big old loser, and you guys just have all the expectations of national championship or bust. That's what it is, I guess.
That's the day and age we're in now.
No, it's Big Ten championships matter.
How's TCU going to be remembered?
They're going to be remembered as the team that beat Michigan in the college football playoff and got drilled by Georgia.
Remember as
No
the
one's gonna
200
remember
to
that. Okay,
1
but they got drilled
that
by Georgia.
almost shocked the world. 201 preseason.
That lost 65 to 7.
Lost.
That lost by the biggest margin ever. That's how they're going to be remembered. Michigan is a mere footnote in this whole story.
And that's fair. That is very fair.
That's how they're going to be remembered because
but
it's winner take all.
Right, but when you think back, people are going to they got there, but they were this, but then they got smoked. Right, but you're going to remember TCU more than you're going to remember Michigan, unless you're a Michigan fan.
But you're going to remember TCU because they lost by the largest margin in the history of national
also
championship
to the fact
games.
that what are they doing there at 200 to 1? There's both. What I'm saying, I don't think in the long run for them to lose by that margin to Georgia shows a disparity. But the fact that they did everything to get there, isn't that what we're arguing about? Don't you want to be there, have the opportunity if you walk away losing? To me, that's it. But again, I've also been to six Stanley Cup Finals. I've won 4 and lost 2.
That is
and
not.
Speak about what you can get down there. Now you can't get a Stanley Cup down at I'll say right now, but
you can get
something
Cintron down there. Absolutely. Cintron World's an aspirational lifestyle beverage brand with a line of sparkling flavored energy beverages and premium bottled water. Cintron is fashionable, functional, and fun. If you're looking for premium ingredients, long-lasting energy, balanced hydration, essential vitamins, and great taste, Cintron is your top choice. Exclusively served at Little Caesars Arena. You can also buy online at drinkcintron.com. Cintron's also available for sale on Amazon. You don't have to do anything. It'll just show up on your porch, and then you'll get to try the great tasting Cranberry, classic, and sugar-free. Yes, the commercial changed, folks, but a couple of things that aren't changing. You know what? Why wait? Go to Amazon. Go to drinkcintron.com and get Cintron today.
Cranberry.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Markets, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family, Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
Neal Ruhl here for Custom Health Centers. Our own Ryan Ermanni has started his journey with Custom Health Centers. You can see he's down about 170 pounds. No, I'm just kidding. But he is really, really down over 15 pounds already, and he's just getting started. Custom Health Center has over 20,000 success stories. They've helped many people out there. Professional athletes, Rick Mahorn, he's down over 50 pounds. He looks great. Eddie Murray, Lions Pro Bowl MVP place kicker. Eddie Murray, you can be the next one. Start losing weight today. Call Dr. Jason and Custom Health, 844-789-8446. Again, that's 844-789-THIN, Custom Health Centers. We're off and running here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Some reaction to Sam Flannel's take. Good fella, turn off your mic, Sam. Chuck Brewer, Neal, stop taking Sam's takes on Michigan. He never speaks for me. But then, on the flip side of that coin, the show says, ha ha ha, you guys don't understand how much Michigan fans hate Ohio. Kevin Donaldson says, Ohio State would have never let us live it down if they won the Natty, even after they lost to us. So there are both sides out there, and D-Mac, Spenmo's head is exploding in there.
Yeah,
to believe that, because what did he like? He's like, go ahead and beat us. We're gonna win the Natty.
That's
how get the big prize. You lose
Michigan,
the teams along the way and stuff like that. And you're gonna rest on, yeah, well, we beat you. That's so juvenile. That's not what it is. I played in one of the greatest rivalries, and it was like as hatred as it want Colorado Detroit. But the minute that we knew we had to go through them to be successful, but the minute we did, we were on to our next opponent.
And that's the difference of that time and space. Michigan doesn't have to go through Ohio State like that. Well, I guess they do to get to their goal, which is to win the Big Ten. Their Stanley Cup is the Big Ten.
Right.
It's not the national championship.
We don't stop there. Right. We know that it's a path. We know that we got to get through that checkpoint to be successful. It was always them or Dallas. Right, because we're the two teams in that era, but you always knew it. But you always wanted that fight, and always wanted to prove it. And no, when we lost to Colorado in the conference finals, they went on to win the Stanley Cup. It didn't ease any lighter because we lost the eventual winners. Screw them.
Euperism says, AD Neal, are you making moves for the program? Euperism, I don't know if you caught the news. I did sign my contract with Michigan. It was a 5-year, $11.7 million deal. After we signed, I got summoned into the office later that afternoon, and the Michigan community, the Michigan higher-ups, decided that we have a difference in philosophy. They would honor the commitment they made to me. The ramifications of that, I'm not allowed to take another deal, and if I do, it would void my contract with Michigan. So Neal Ruhl and Cliff Kingsbury are living a similar life, except I'm not in Thailand.
It's a pretty good life.
But you're going to Vegas with your boys to lay some bets down. Right, exactly, with your
absolutely.
money. It's burning the hole in your pocket.
Yeah, it is. And, that's the way that it is. We need to stop this. The real K. Collins 77. Lower academic standards and Michigan will get more 5-star players. Can we stop with that? Please, can we stop with that, Sam Flannel? Get your people.
I mean, I'm not... he's not speaking for me. I don't really care about academics. I just want natties.
Right. And that kinesiology department's chock full at Michigan.
Yes.
With Michigan football players.
And that's okay.
100%.
Yeah, we're not here to play school.
No, absolutely not. This isn't a game.
Mm-hmm.
We're playing for money. The school stuff is all part of the charade. Like the student-athlete experience, all that. That's all part of the charade. Stop with that. Lower the academic standards and get more 5. No, make an effort and get more 5 stars.
They need them.
They do need them.
I mean, you see, it is actually kind of sobering, even though I'm obviously probably the biggest Michigan fan at the network. When I look at those Georgia recruiting classes, it is sobering. Because they got multiple 5 stars, and so far for 2023, Michigan has 0.
Oof.
It's not good.
Not good.
I mean, it's okay.
It's Big Ten good.
Yeah, Big Ten good. But we've even established, and I'll fully admit it, that's kind of Michigan's history at their peak besides 1997 is win a lot of Big Ten titles but don't win any natties, except 97. But
you got a half of one that year.
We undefeated Rose Bowl victory. Never got a chance to play Nebraska.
Lucky for you.
Stop it.
Vegas said you guys have been a 7-point underdog in that game.
The best player in college football that year. I think we would have been just fine.
I'm just going by what I was told.
You know, we're not going in hypotheticals. They did what they had to do.
Okay. No, hey, and that's cool, Sam Flannel. Chuck Brewer, in today's game, the ultimate goal has to be the national championship. Steps to that mean you probably win the Big Ten and beating Ohio State and or Michigan State as well. Well, Chuck, maybe to you, but not to most, as we're finding out here today. D-Mac, your team was President's Cup good in 95.
Yeah, that's not winning, though.
I was told it was.
That's regular season. I don't know. Like, so I guess it's different, I guess, expectations when you come to your sports team and the Scotty Bowman mentality, who you're coming from the coach. You know, we left. We pulled in first day of training camp, and the expectations was to win the Stanley Cup, and that was every year. I didn't miss the playoffs, right? But look at the team around us. But that was, you know, we knew there's certain games on the schedule. We knew who was going to be our competition. Yeah, you're playing well, but look at when we won the President's Trophy my first year and lost in the first round. That wasn't we ended up winning the President's Trophy in 2002 and then winning the Stanley Cup with the Hall of Fame team. It happens, it doesn't. It's just whatever prepares yourself. But at the end of the day, I do not. My President's Trophy, which is like 4 hockey sticks sitting in a bowl, is where the keys go. It sits on the thing is where you put the keys on.
Oh my God, that is baller.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread here on Mark M. Groundhog Day. Is this pre-recorded content? Come on, man. Your coach did this. Your university did this. Yes, we have to rerun it every single day. Now it's closed. Again, you guys can say what you want about me and say that I'm a Michigan hater and stuff like that, though I think I lay out the case as to why I expect more from the program than you guys do. Like, you can be mad about that, but I'm not the reason that this is going on. Your coach is. But you know what? You got to sit there and take it because this is what it takes to be Big Ten good. And Sam Flannel's cool with it, so we move on.
Hey, but now it's over. He's back.
He's back.
He's back.
Cousins Maine Lobster is back too.
Cousins Maine Lobster,
most importantly,
is also back, and it's not going anywhere. So you don't have to worry about it every year. If it's going somewhere, it's staying put because Cousins Maine Lobster is the home to the best Maine lobster you can get in the city. Make sure you find their food trucks rolling around the city. You can order online to earn rewards, or you can check where they're at right now just by scanning that QR code on the screen. So make sure you go check out Cousins Maine Lobster Detroit to get the best lobster you can.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy, better sleep, blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you want to know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to WoodwardSports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to WoodwardSports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Guardian Alarm here to wish you a happy new year, and I'll also let you know their customized solutions from real experts, professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs, personal or business. But I need you to call Guardian Alarm today. The number 1-800.
Stay out.
24/7 professional monitoring, call day or a night, and know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. But I need you to call the number 1-800.
Stay out.
Technology backed by people. For your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work, and people who have been proven to care about what you care about, they care about. So did you know that they've been protecting Sam Flannel's? Well, like today, mate, do we get 3 quarters for today, Neal, or is this a full day? Anyways, how many straight days of flannel protection?
196.
196 days of flannel protection. You could also get whatever is important to you protected. Give them a call today, 1-800.
Stay out. Stay out of the playoffs, Tom Brady. Bye-bye.
There it is. Guardian Alarm, whatever you need. Your local security experts, give them a call today. Tell them, Big D Energy, we sent you.
Oh, yeah. We'll definitely get into that one. There is no doubt. Let me get to your last couple of comments. We'll close the door on this Jim Harbaugh thing until July. When the rankings come out and they're number 2 in America, number 1 in America, number 3 in America, whatever they are, and we get to talk about that 8-game exhibition schedule, and you guys get to get mad at me for calling it that, even though that's what it is. That's the way that this works. Last couple here, Pete Smith. Harbaugh's only back because no one other than a bad Arizona team wanted him. Maybe that's true.
Yeah, I mean,
good for you, though.
We've all said that. The NFL game might be passing him by, and as years go on, he just gets older. I mean, I would be hesitant to hire even a coach as great as Jim Harbaugh at 61 in the NFL.
Last one here, Mason Leach. Haven't came across that name before. Appreciate you tapping into Big D Energy here on Woodward Sports Network. It still scares me that they haven't signed him to an extension. I wouldn't put a lot into that because he is still being investigated for NCAA sanctions. And for me, if I'm Michigan, I offer that up to him and say, look, the word is like he'll get suspended 2 games. I would just say, hey, double it, make it 4, make an example out. Well, who cares? As long as he's back for Michigan State on October 21st, it can be a 7-game suspension because they're rolling out home against East Carolina, home against UNLV, home against Bowling Green, home against Rutgers, at Nebraska, at Minnesota, home against Indiana. So
yeah, make it a 4-game suspension.
There you go. See? Yeah, there you go. So you may as well do it and say, hey, we just really take this seriously here at Michigan. That's how I would do it.
That's your perfect opportunity to, right? You get to kind of save face. I like it.
Say, hey, we're the leaders and best, and when it comes even to infractions, we're going to go above and beyond and do what we have to do. And that's what I have to say. Detroit Lions. And I don't know if you guys, D-Mac, if you've ever seen that kind of that photo that goes around social media with the guy in the yellow suit kind of putting his hands together, looking around the tree.
Right.
I wonder if Brad Holmes, can we get a shot of Brad Holmes doing that? Like, as with the NFL draft coming up, now that the dust has settled and everything, with the Vikings losing, the Lions have 5 of the first 82 picks in the NFL draft. And we did our year-end financial show. We'll revisit that, as the draft gets a little closer. As things begin to play out. Lions sitting right now with about $18 million in cap space. They have the ability to stretch that to 40-ish, depending on some moves that they make. We did an exhaustive search, D-Mac. Remember, people were frustrated. They wanted to leave for lunch, but we did it all. D-Mac, this could be the draft. I'll gulp when I say this. This could be the draft that could turn the Lions into a dynasty.
But here's the whole thing.
Like for real.
But here's the whole thing. But looking back, it was last year's draft, right? Because why are you so excited for this year's draft? Because the same guy's drafting. And he's proven that he's got track record, even from 2 years. What are we talking about in his first-year pick? We're talking about a guy that you're fitting him for his gold jacket, well-deserved in Sewell, but you look at Amon-Ra St. Brown, and then you look at what happened last year, and they're added. So the bottom line with where he's at, it's the same reason as Steve Yzerman drafting with all the picks and whatever capital. It doesn't matter. Sit back. It doesn't matter because he's going to get whoever he gets, no matter who falls, doesn't fall, whatever decisions he makes. I'm sitting here confident that, to your point, if that's what you want to say, does this take him into the dynasty? Yeah, that's realistic. Because what is he going to do? 5 out of the 5 picks, right? And I'm going to be cautious. But I'm counting on 4 of them to pan out, right? I'm counting on 4 of them to pan out because what does Brad Holmes do? He picks players. He picks guys that play.
I know, and D-Mac, I caution against that. That is my one fear, that people are expecting a 75% return rate in the draft. Yeah. And that's not realistic.
I just threw this together for you real fast.
No, but they're going to get the guy that he wanted because what is Brad Holmes not afraid to do, Neal?
Look around that tree and wear a yellow suit.
He's not afraid to draft a guy and have him sit out almost the whole year if he needs to injured. It's like some teams stay away from guys that he doesn't see when he can be able to plug them in. Like James Williams to be able to move and go up and get him in the draft. He knew he wasn't going to be available. Pascal, same thing. He's not afraid of that. Why is he able to do that? Because his other drafts are producing guys that can play, or he's signing guys on his team or even the practice squad.
He's got the juice.
And he's got a James shoot. So you know what? Who are you going to put? If you're gonna say you have anybody in the league, who do you want drafting for your team? Brad Holmes is going to be up there. He might not be number 1, but he's in the top 5, I would think, from track record. And I know it's not fair, Neal, but until he proves me wrong, right? It's not fair, but I don't hold him to that gun to his head to perform at 80%. But I think that what he selects is that he gives a reason, and you can see his path to how this person's going to help this team, especially with all these higher draft picks. I know you're looking at what's the one? What'd you say? 5 in the first 100.
5 in the first 82.
5 in the first 82.
As it sits, D-Mac, I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Number 6, number 18, number 49, number 56, and number 82.
56, you want Jake Moody, right? Is that 56 or 82? Do you think you can still get him at 82?
I don't know. I would.
What did we just see?
Guys, listen, this is me talking.
Stop it.
If you go back, Spenny, because somebody asked me on Twitter, so I went and I looked. The blue chip kickers go high. You might not think it, but they do. They go high, man. Second round, third round.
Did anybody learn anything last night? And I know we're going to get to Sam Flannel. If Sam Flannel didn't go crazy on Twitter hammering Tom Brady. Do you have that? Can we put that tweet up from Jerry Jones?
Yeah.
Right? How important is a kicker? And I don't care. We're talking about the Cowboys guy who set a record for over 50-yard field goals, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever, regular season. Can't make an extra point. So the value with everything else, would you say that, I'm not against it. Right? Getting the kicker that you want. Why? Just because it's a kicker? Because you're not supposed to draft him? But if you don't have to worry about a guy for 10 years.
That tweet's it's a joke. That tweet's not real.
What's that?
That tweet's not real.
The tweet's not real?
Yeah, Jerry Jones doesn't have a Twitter account. It was just
Oh, it's not? Okay. That was cool, though.
He probably put it.
That's why I sent it to you.
Yeah.
But it's the same sort of thing. But the tweet, how does a professional kicker miss 4 extra points? Right? You don't even think. Anybody in this room or out there ever think college, high school, whatever, a guy's going to miss 4 extra points. He's going to make 1. He's going to figure it out. I get it that you missed and you're nervous. So to me, if you're lock solid, and don't you remember the days of the Jason Hansons?
Yeah, the Lions had 2 kickers for 30 years. 35 years.
Look at what Jack Fox is. You don't even mention Jack Fox,
who's
arguably one of our most valuable players on our team. That's our punter. So what I'm saying, and again, Neal, we can talk about all you want. We can argue whatever like this. Do I trust Brad Holmes? Whether he does or he doesn't is the right
implicitly.
Decision? Yes.
Implicitly. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jake Wegener says, Brad Holmes looking at the draft like a Spirit Halloween store watches a business close in August. That's got to be the optimum setup for them, man. Yeah, I do love that right there. You got to send that one to me, man. I'll be using that one. No, but I would, and I wouldn't be mad at it. And again, he knows what he's doing, number one. But number two, I'm big on that. If you can take the guy that's going to, you never have to worry. And I know they're not, because they're not until they are one of the most valuable positions in the National Football League. Kicker is, and they're not until they are.
Until they are.
And then they're not again. And then they are again. Like, that's it, man. Like, that's the nature. That's the nature of the game. So, you know, and Nine Drink says Moody can't hit a field goal over 50. Didn't he make like a 57-yarder in the playoff or something like that?
Yeah, he did. That was one thing that I was kind of concerned about. But when he hit that one before halftime in the playoffs, I'm like, you might just have yourself your perfect kicker. If he can hit those and he's accurate from everywhere, I don't know if I would pick him in one of our top 5 picks, but if he falls, if we can get him at a steal, I would definitely pick Jake Moody.
But see, you're not getting him because they don't have a pick in the 4th round. If you don't take him by 82, if he's there at 82, then you're not getting him because somebody's going to take him.
You think so?
Jason Hansen was like a 2nd-round pick.
Yeah he was. It's Brad Holmes, and it would be, and the kicker, I mean, you saw it, you talked about last night with the Cowboys game. Maher missed 4 consecutive extra points, which led to a statistical anomaly of the Cowboys scored 4 touchdowns. The Buccaneers scored 0 points. And the Cowboys only had a 3-score lead because the kicker couldn't hit an extra point.
It's big, man.
Yes, it is.
It's big, and not just the field goals at the end of the game. It's big all the way around. And, again, if I'm in a spot where I could do it, but you guys, Patty Grimes says Moody in the 6th round, he ain't going to be there. I guarantee you guys he will not be there then because he is an ironclad lock to be successful in the NFL for a very long time.
So is Carlos Santos.
He went early too, right?
Yeah, and then left the league.
Yeah,
I think the 2nd round.
2nd round.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying though? Like, where do you guys think he'll go?
Probably 5th round.
Bet you a coffee he goes before that.
All
right, it's in there. I'm going to forget, so you have to be a man and remind me.
I pay my bets.
Yeah, you pay your debts, absolutely. You also go to Big Boy for winter comfort foods because wintertime in Detroit's always better with the comfort foods from Big Boy. You can try the classic meatloaf, right, Spenny?
Yes, give me the loaf.
Cajun chicken Alfredo, more of a breakfast person. That's cool. Stuffed potato pancakes, they're back. The Lumberjack, the Santa Fe Garden, or the Blockbuster as well. Stop by your local Big Boy today.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper. Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Neal Ruhl here for Chili Peppers Tanning, the cleanest salons in the D. They have trained and certified tanning professionals with spotless, sanitized tanning rooms. Join the Pepper Club. Get the best deal. They'll beat the competitors' prices by at least $5. You can get the Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Cal Tam, Spencer's favorite, the Swedish Beauty Lotions.
Oh, yeah.
ChiliPeppersTanning.com. That is the website. The hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans. Your vitamin D headquarters. Look outside. You catching any vitamin D out there? Negative. So slide through Chili Peppers Tanning. ChiliPeppersTanning.com.
Chili Peppers Tan.
Yay, yay. Neal Ruhl here for the Monroe Street Midway Minute. We're stealing money with this weather. All right? I know the sun's never out. I get that. But you can go to Chili Peppers Tanning for vitamin D. But you can go to the Monroe Street Midway and hang out downtown, Darren McCarty. It's 44 degrees outside.
Allegedly, that's where T-Foss is. Allegedly swinging by there today, probably for a cocktail with the open fire, even though they probably don't need it today.
Probably don't need it today. An open fire might be enough for you. They have the toasty tents if you're soft like me, because I really am getting really soft. And I just don't like the cold.
Mellow.
Yeah, soft and mellow, exactly. But I don't like being outside in the winter. Even I'll roll through the Monroe Street Midway in downtown Detroit. Tons of events going on. You can shop, eat, play. It's all there for you. The food favorites, everything. So guys, get out there. Take advantage. Monroe Street Midway. Go to deckedoutdetroit.com for more info. Pulling up on the second hour of the show, Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty. No T-Foss here today. He'll be back at it tomorrow. Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. Happy to have you all with us. We were just wrapping up that discussion. I'm ready to pull the trigger and overly draft Jake Moody. They have the firepower to do it. That certainly plays into it. 5 of the first 82 picks for Brad Holmes and the Detroit Lions, but this could be the year, this could be the draft where that could put the Lions over the top and, dare I say, be the foundation of a dynasty. A lot like a team when you have Tom Brady on it. Tends to become a dynasty. Now, last night, and look, I know Tom Brady is a lightning rod topic. It's hate or love all the way. Surprising to say, D-Mac, Sam Flannel is a Tom Brady hater, to the point where he had a meltdown on Twitter last night about it, and he chose violence today. It wasn't an accident he's got the sleeveless flannel on in January, D-Mac.
I thought it was because he was heading down to Midway later, and it's so nice out, but wow. Chose violence, like I said earlier. I think that he didn't chose it this morning. He chose it last night. It's carried through.
Yes.
But isn't all greatness that we've seen over time comes to an end? I can remember playing against the greatest of all time in hockey, Wayne Gretzky, even back to the 95 playoffs and watching Maltby and Draper abuse him, but you can see it's on his sort of last legs the way that it's going out. I mean, are you surprised?
No, because I kind of called this coming, when you're 8-9,
what I
you're 8-9.
don't understand are people like Maz or whatever that just want to hate and not look at what he's done, his resume. The fact yesterday when they're showing the graphic, Tom Brady 35 wins. Next comparable quarterback was Mahomes with 8 or something like this. Or guys, he's had more wins than guys have played playoff games.
Yeah,
that's crazy to me.
Sam Flannel, here's the issue I have.
Yes.
And it is sad. And both things are true. And I'll get to my point about Brady in a little bit about it being sad. Here's my problem. You can say that every year because you've called him the, quote, luckiest player in the history of the NFL. And people have talked about in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread laughing at you about that take. But see, here's the deal. He's 45, man. You don't get to sit there and do a victory lap and say, ha, 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 see, I told you. He's 45, dude.
Well, then retire. That's kind of my thing about it. I mean, he came back, destroyed his whole family to go 8-9 and lose to the Cowboys in the first round of the playoffs. My favorite stat from this season, Tom Brady playoff wins this season, 0. Divorces, 1. And you know what?
Oh, my God.
Adam Baydoun, you do this every day, so I'm going to take liberty. Tom Brady, get the fuck out of the playoffs. Get out.
Look, D-Mac, get your boy here, dude.
I get my boy. I'm going through 12 hours ago. There are very few things I enjoy in life more than watching a Tom Brady quarterback team get blown out in the playoff. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. And then he hashtagged the NFL playoff, NFL playoff 22, and then he came back. I think I'm for sure. And then he even gave, now that the Tom Brady is out of the playoffs, I can finally enjoy them. It's so glorious. And then even, how about this one? In the great Sam Flannel way. Also, I have to give a ton of credit to Dak Prescott, which you are right.
Yes.
For the bounce back game of his life, he slides, no doubters. But yes, and it just continues. I skipped all the really bad ones and went to there pretty much that hit the door in the butt. I think, Sam, to your point, if he being his age, but I mean, to some point, he still made the playoffs. And I know it's a crappy division and stuff like that. Neal, my question is, do you expect to see him back somewhere next year? Like, is he still going to keep this going, or was this enough to his ego, or did we see that? Because Tom Brady's the last one who sees maybe some of the things that Sam wants to see.
No, I think Tom Brady was the first one to know. But with that being said, see, here's the deal. There are conditions on it. And here's why it's sad to me. It's sad because, and look, I'm not informed. I'm not in the family or any of that stuff. I'm not friends with anybody around the circle. Here's just my impression of a guy, that's got a family and stuff like that, and a career that I love that kind of takes me away a lot, and all that kind of stuff. Here's my impression of it. It was causing some strife. Is that fair? I think that's fair. That's fair for us to say.
Yes.
From the outside looking in. I'm not in the circle. But it's sad to me because it looks like the career was causing some strife with the family, and he chose the career on the back end over the family. Now, I don't know Giselle, but I don't know what she's like to live with or anything like that, certainly. That's my impression of it. Purely a regular dude sitting here just giving his opinion.
You said family with the kid, with the whatever like this, and we see he made that choice, which means there's, I don't know. It could tell you a bunch of different things. You could read into the situation differently. Also, too, is that so he's using football as some sort of deterrent. Or
my impression is, because I could see how this could happen, and I go to you for this. You're a little unique in that you were done and you were done. And you've held to that. You said when it was over for me, it was over, and I moved on. To the point where you even said I was almost relieved.
What I did is not who I am. That's why I do so many things.
Bingo, and right? that's where you're different.
To him, I think he doesn't have the self-aware. Like, to him, everything is Tom Brady, the football player.
Yeah, and I think, again, on suspicion, that's what it is. I think he's addicted to that. That's why he's still playing.
Addicted to the lifestyle. Like, okay, so it's, how they say athletes are addicted to the lifestyle, the nightlife, the booze, and the bronze.
And it's not that.
No. This is the opposite. Addicted to the healthy, the lifestyle on the other end.
The training camps, the practices, the traveling with the guys, the ball busting on the plane, dealing with the media,
the video, the play,
practicing,
like
the workout
Tom Brady's
regime.
the one guy too that represents that. Like, he needs the game.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
He has to have it.
He has to have
whatever the
game.
costs are, he has to have it. And that's why it's sad for me. And it's sad too. And like Sam Flannel and the Tom Mazaways of the world, they're going to spike the ball now that he's 45 and slowing down, and he's not what he was, 15 years ago. That's the thing that bothers me about it. Like, you just keep saying the same thing, and eventually you're going to be right. I mean, that's the way it is, Sam Flannel.
That is not the way it is.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
What if he won the Super Bowl next year? Then next year, if he came back again, you would say, he's 47. I get that. And then, say he falls off a cliff at 47 and playing. You'd be like, see, I told you he stinks. I told you. You were going to be right at some point.
I never said fall off a cliff. I've never used that. My thing with Tom Brady has always been that he gets way too much credit for team accomplishments. That's what people who ask me why I hate Tom Brady, even though I'm a Michigan fan.
Well, no, it just means that you're a Drew Henson fan. That's all that means.
I mean, Drew Henson was arguably a better Michigan quarterback than Tom Brady. But I digress. Would you allow me really quick to read a couple of numbers? So I've got some numbers.
Yes, as long as you precipitate them with 45.
No,
45 years old.
I'm not talking about 45. I'm talking about his career. And this isn't to say that any of these quarterbacks are better than him. I'll give the context later. Tom Brady, the 7-time Super Bowl winning quarterback, is 20th all-time in playoff passer rating,
rings.
Behind guys such as Matt Ryan, Mark Sanchez, Tony Romo, Alex Smith, and Ken Anderson. Superstars. He is tied for 43rd all-time in yards per attempt, behind guys such as Wade Wilson, Mark Sanchez, Matt Ryan, Jake Delhomme, and Jim McMahon. He is also 19th all-time in playoff completion percentage, behind guys such as Dak Prescott, Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins, Matt Ryan.
Who cares, Sam? He's got 7 rings. It's about the end of the day. Again, it goes back to your the Michigan point about expectations being higher. Right?
So
so here's the thing. you're a fantasy football guy and stats and all that stuff. That's great. But at the end of the day, who's holding the trophy? And I don't care how you're holding the trophy, because you figured out with that team how to do it. Everybody played a part. Dude, that's the whole thing. Like, stats don't mean anything. I don't think Tom Brady was ever a stats guy.
So they don't mean anything. And here's the context.
They don't mean anything when you win.
The context of what I'm saying is not that he's worse than all of those guys, and not that he hasn't, for the most part, been a very good postseason quarterback.
The best of all time.
Okay, for his accomplishment.
35 wins in the playoffs, Sam. That's more than anybody else has played playoff games.
But those numbers speak to the fact that he had a lot of help with the defenses and the lucky plays. I mean, he won 2 Super Bowls where he led his offense to 13
win a
points.
Game by himself.
Okay, but you guys act like Tom Brady's won those 7 Super Bowls by himself. That's the problem. That's the problem.
Who's saying he won a Super Bowl by himself?
Everyone is. Everyone just says 7 rings.
So he puts himself in a position to be a winner.
Oh my God, he's a winner. That's
right, a winner.
He is a winner.
A winner, right? Stats. When they say stats are for losers, stats are for people that think that stats are more important than winning. I get it. So go ahead and be a stats guy. I'm not a stats guy. I'm at the end of the day. You're a winner. The bottom line, Neal, it's sad because he's 45 years old. He should have walked away when the family comes into play, but at the end of the day, you can't take anything that he's accomplished. I don't care who it's with and whatever, because winning's winning. Isn't that what we're trying to do at the end of the day?
And that's fine. It's just my thing, like, when you're one of these people that stand up there and rail against Tom Brady, eventually you're going to be right. Eventually it's going to be over. Like, you can just keep saying it and keep saying it. The dude is 40. He won the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
2 years?
2 years ago, he won the Super Bowl.
And nobody's going to talk about how that defense held a Patrick Mahomes
doesn't
offense
matter.
to 9 points. Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't matter.
What they care about is that he did it with Belichick, and we couldn't figure out, was it Tom, was it Belichick?
Yeah.
Was it Tom, was it Belichick? Because that was all important to you guys instead of having the thing, and then he went somewhere else, and he did it and figured out how to put the secret sauce there.
The secret sauce.
At a time when nobody thought that he could do it again. Like, it's ridiculous.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Cocaine. Neal acts like Tom is slumped over in an alley mainlining football. Yes, there are some comparisons to that. Not like that, though. Not like to where his life is in ruins or anything like that. But maybe he chose football over the family. Maybe he did. And again, I don't know. I don't live with Giselle. I don't understand how she is to live with or anything like that. All I know is there appeared to be some strife about it, and he couldn't stop playing football. And all I can do, D-Mac, is I can say this. Like, at 43 or 44, to the point where he said he was going to retire. That's why. Like, he said he was retiring, and then he said he was coming back. Like, my guess is, he got a taste of that and didn't like it.
Well, that's the whole thing, because that was
tell me,
we won another ring.
Tell me that's crazy.
That was good and stuff like this, and then he got out of the circadian rhythm that he was in for 30 years and made a choice.
Yeah, and like, tell me that's far-fetched and that's crazy. It's not. To me, that doesn't sound ridiculous, and that's why it's sad to me.
It is sad. That's what it is, because you see that the athleticism for the guy that is the GOAT, sort of doesn't have it anymore, right? Doesn't have it anymore. And I'll give you that to that point, but you can't take away what he did and the fact that he's sitting there with all the rings. He's freaking Thanos, bro, with an extra couple rings.
Mm-hmm. Coque also says, Sam, you're an emotional train wreck right now. Take a breath and tell us about Swiss Insurance. Be a pro.
You know what? I am good. I'm going to be a pro. Swiss Insurance Group and their employees are heavily invested in their community. It is very rewarding, but comes with great responsibility. If you sit on a local youth sports board, homeowners association, or a volunteer coach, directors and officers insurance is a must. Make sure the kids' parents and volunteers are protected. Call Swiss Insurance today.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Hi, Christina Gennari from Keller Williams Domain, your obvious choice in real estate. The Lions aren't headed to the Super Bowl, but you might be headed to your new home. Call or text me 248-550-4788 or come see me at soldchristina.com. I want to make sure you don't miss out on this hot spring market that's just getting warmed up. See you soon.
Hey, it's Tom Mazaway for all your real estate needs. Check out my gal, Christina Gennari. She's got you covered. Right, Lions?
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, T-Foss will be back with us tomorrow. It's the NFL playoff time, so you know what that means. Double nickel package. One Lions, one NFL. Where do you want to go first, Benny?
We can go Lions first.
All right, let's do Lions then.
All right.
Lions, nickel package.
Lions,
first
nickel
down.
package time. First down. The Lions obviously had a great showing from Kirby Joseph at safety. They also had a great showing from Sean Elliott at safety, but their team captain, the guy who I thought was going to be a Pro Bowler on them this year, is looking to come back next year in Tracy Walker. Do you think Kirby and Tracy will work well together as a safety pairing?
I will say this. It better for Tracy Walker because he's got a easy little out at the end of the season next year of his contract. And again, I know it sounds harsh, right? Whenever I say that stuff, I get labeled as being harsh. But you can cut bait from him for about $2 million after next season's over. So is that a fair response? It better be for Tracy Walker's sake.
That's fair.
Is that fair, D-Mac?
Yeah, I think that these two you're looking at, because I think what you've proven is you're going to move Kirby into the free safety spot to let him roam, and you're going to make Walker more of a strong safety. And it's a prove-it year for Walker coming back from the injury and stuff like this. But I like these two. I want to see what it looks like in the back. Obviously, Deshaun Elliott did a great job there this year, but I expect to see both of those. Kirby at the right, you put him at the free and let him roam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he's just one of those dudes.
That's what I'm saying.
So you need some.
So it's like defensemen in hockey, right? Where we're trying. You look at the one thing that I do like, and we'll talk Five for Fighting tomorrow, is the fact that Derek Lalonde switched up Ben Sherratt and put Jake Wallman, who you're seeing not only fill the net but become a better defense partner, right? So if Moses is going up, Wallman can skate well enough to cover his tracks. So that's what you need, defensively, is a guy that's going to take chances with a guy who's going to back him up.
No, I would agree with that. And, again, just going back to it, though, and I'm not trying to be harsh, man. I'm not. It's just that's the reality. And if you're trying to build this, what we think it can be with this year's draft, very, very pivotal, it's just something you'll have to look at. Second down.
Second down, second question of the Lions nickel package. Should the Lions add to their offense early in this draft?
Well, they have the opportunity to do so if they so choose. They have 4 of the first 56 picks as well. I wouldn't mind them taking a spin. I think we're of the agreement Evan Brown's going to be gone, right? Like we passed over on him because of the bigger money that he'll collect.
Because of the money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you need a guard.
No, you got to fill that line. Right, obviously we see that's the one thing. What they tell you, right, is that if you're really good at something, you still have to practice it to continue to be good. You work on other things that you're not as good at. So if the offensive line here, right, you can always get better. And it all depends on who's there at what, right? Who's there at what. That we're not afraid. Usually up high, right? Where are you going to pick? We were just talking about taking a kicker in the third round. You got 5 choices. So I would suspect that maybe one of those guys is going to be an offensive tackle, guard, something to fill into what we already have.
No, yeah, I believe that you probably will need a guard. A lot of people talking about Bijan Robinson, by the way. For those people that are talking about Bijan Robinson, if you're going to go that route, Remember the impact that would have on the money room for the running backs with Jamal Williams. I'm just saying. Think about it. That's a topic we will definitely get into, though, as the draft approaches. Third down, third question on the nickel package. Over under 5 division wins for the Lions next season. 5. Teams just don't go 5-1 in the division every year. They just don't. I would go under because 4-2 is still a winner. I'm sorry. Like, I know we're all hype, and speaking of mainlining in the alley, I know we're all mainlining in the alley, kind of me included, but that's where common sense Neal comes in and says, so 4-2 is a winner in this scenario? Yeah, I'm going to take the under. That's not realistic to expect.
The 4 would have been an easier set. But I believe that they go 5-1 again. I mean, it's tough to sweep your division, especially on the road, and just don't know the weather, so I'll go under.
Yeah, so
4-2 expected because you're going to get better the other games.
Yeah,
right. You're gonna get, if you get 4 in your division, what are you gonna get, 6 or 7 out of the division? That's what you're expecting.
I appreciate the artistry on that one, though, Spenny. That was very, very good, man. That lent itself to a very, very good discussion. The Real K Collins 77, 6-0. So there you go.
I like it.
So you do have some people taking your overs,
We got
Spenny.
some believers. Next question of the nickel package: who has a bigger season 2 in their NFL career, Jameson Williams or Aiden Hutchinson?
Wow, that's a good one, man.
Well, if you're comparing it to their first year, it's going to be J-Mo.
Yeah.
Right? It has to be J-Mo. Like, how repeatable, like, first you have to ask yourself is what Hawkinson did. Like, let me go to Sam, because that's his boy. So what did he have this year? 9.5?
Yes.
3 picks?
Yep.
Forced fumble. Do you expect him to build on that? And you know what? I'm going to answer before I go to you. I'm going to say it's going to be J-Mo, but Hutch will improve on his season because of what they put around him. But what do you think?
I mean, I think his numbers will improve, not astronomically, but I expect him to kind of from the get-go to be more disciplined. Remember at the beginning of the season where he had some of those hiccups with like over-pursuing and sort of rookie growing pains? I expect Aiden Hutchinson to be a Pro Bowler next year. That's for damn sure.
Do you expect Jameson Williams to be a Pro Bowler?
No.
Then it would be Hutch.
I don't know, what would be the equivalent year for J-Mo this year to Hutchinson?
1,000 yards.
1,000?
Yeah.
Something like that. I mean,
what, 70 catches, 1,000 yards? Because they're going to be big plays.
10 touchdowns.
10 touchdowns?
Yeah.
That's aggressive.
Well, that's aggressive.
That's aggressive.
That's aggressive.
I mean,
I'd say
saying
6 tutties. If he's healthy, yeah, he should go over 1,000. You're thinking that he's taking the deep threats and stuff like this. You look at what the other guys do. You know, if he's a Tyreek Hill comparable, well, he should be.
Is he even more electric than you thought he was going to be? Like when the football's in his hands.
Yeah.
For me too.
It's different.
Who's more electric, live or within their hand? J-Mo or Jay Nivey, the way that he can get up the floor, jump? Like, are they comparable? Like, if we're talking about Jay Nivey's get down the floor, his hops, that's something that we were talking about. Isn't James Williams sort of the same thing in the football field? Or
yeah, the separation that he gets.
That's what I'm talking about. Is like if you're talking about what blows you away, speed on the ice.
Yeah.
Right, Pavel Bure speed on the ice. Like Nathan McKinnon, say what you want. With the puck is faster. Connor McDavid, with the puck, is dirtier than without the puck. Like, that's what Jameson Williams is, one of these guys. Separation.
Right, beast mode in the chat. Pump the brakes a little bit. J-Mo in 3 years better than Justin Jefferson. I wouldn't go that far. But everybody in the chat saying Jameson Williams.
1,700. We got a 2,000 in there.
I fully expect Aiden Hutchinson to have double-digit sacks next year, at the very least. So if you're saying Jameson Williams, he's got to have over 1,000 yards at the very least.
It's so intriguing, man. He is like he's the closest thing that we've had on this team to Barry since Barry.
Yeah.
Like just the anticipation. You know what I'm saying? Like how you get on the edge of your seat as soon as like when they handed that ball off to him. I was like, what's gonna happen?
Yeah. And he hit that lane. He was running by.
He was running by folks, dude. I am most excited about J-Mo. I'll say that.
I am, yeah.
I will sit in the alley and mainline some Jamison Williams.
I think it's just going to be Hutchinson, but
what if it's J-Mo?
What if it's J-Mo?
Fifth down.
That'll be wild. But fifth down, final question on the nickel package. Over under primetime games for the Lions next season, not including Thanksgiving, over under at 1.5.
Oh, that'll be over. That'll be over. I think that they've proven to America and the NFL sees it, recognizes it, will capitalize on it. We are America's Cubs right now.
Yeah.
Like the lovable losers.
For sure.
We are. Like that's what we are.
Yeah, I expect us to include, like, you didn't include the Thanksgiving game, but at least 3, maybe 4. And I think we're gonna get respect. We might get a Monday night game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A Monday night home game or
Problem
Sunday
is they're all
home
going to be. It's all road games.
It's all gonna be on
the
the
juicy
road.
matchups are all the road games.
Monday Night Football, Ford Field.
Well, okay, so you're gonna get a Thursday matchup against the AFC South.
I can see Lions Chiefs being a Monday night game.
But isn't that the beginning of the year?
Yes.
I'm not sure when.
Maybe they do Lions Packers Monday
Lions
night.
Packers would be good.
Oh, week 1. Oh, at the Ford Field, dude.
That'd be awesome.
Oh my God,
dirty.
dude. People would be fired
Dirty.
up. Oh.
Talk about in the streets.
People be getting down to that much. We'd be broadcasting live, just staying down there.
Yeah, that would be so awesome.
Getting out in those streets.
A Monday Night Football game live broadcast from the press rail or wherever. Wow.
Sponsor Woodward Sports and also home of the Judgment Free Zone, where you can work out for just $10 a month. You can upgrade to the Black Card, get unlimited guest privileges, the hydro massage, and more. Go online to planetfitness.com today, or you can join in club. But it's Planet Fitness, Darren McCarty.
Where your fitness is essential.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, Darren McCarty. Happy to have you all with us today. Sam Flannel, Spencer Raster. You know the squad that is up in here, to quote DMX.
Love DMX.
Yeah, that is our guy, for sure. Hey. We did the Lions nickel package. Mm-hmm. Now it's Sam Flannel's time to shine. We'll be doing it during the NFL playoffs. An NFL playoff edition of the nickel package. Sam Flannel.
All right. So question number 1. Which quarterback would you rather have for the 2023 season? Trevor Lawrence or Justin Herbert?
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, it's got to be Trevor Lawrence, right? Like, he's learning lessons all along and showing you with the Jacksonville team and everything else, learning on the spot. I mean, we mentioned it yesterday. Justin Herbert, he's not positive, he's not negative, he's just straight mid. Right, as the one. He's
25 and 25
so,
as a quarterback.
We all think there's something there, but until then, he's the Matt Stafford, and he's not going to win you anything. And Trevor Lawrence, he isn't done. So the sky's the limit. I think that, especially because of the track record, what he went through last year with Urban Meyer and the mentality and going through the struggle. And I don't care what you say, the perseverance the kid showed, throwing 4 picks early in that game and coming back to win. You don't know what that's going to propel. So it's Trevor Lawrence all day.
And by the way, the Chargers, too, have fired offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi and their quarterbacks coach as well. So
it's everybody else's fault. And we were talking earlier, right? When every other excuse around, now it comes down to what? If you've made every other excuse, then it comes down to the coach or the quarterback, right? It's soon Justin Herbert's, they might have no other reason but to point the finger and say, oh, it's been you all along.
Your mom's favorite skater right now on the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Byron Leftwich just got fired as the offensive coordinator. He was a hot commodity 2 years ago as a head coach. All the more reason for Ben Johnson to leave now and get the bag. I agree 1,000%. Sad to say.
Yep. Right? I agree with that.
Yes.
100%. Second down. Did Dak Prescott prove last night that he is a quarterback you can win a Super Bowl with?
Here's the deal. And I was just telling D-Mac during one of the last breaks. Guys, I'm still digesting this, but I got a weird feeling about Cowboys 49ers this weekend. I got a weird feeling.
You had a weird feeling about gas, something else. This reminds me of your weird feeling in one of the picks late in the year. I'm not going for it. You're either, it's like I'm.
The line opened up at 3.5. Dude, who's going to take the Cowboys in that scenario?
Cowboys defense is damn good.
Nobody, but I just think San Francisco's a different beast, and then they're at home. I know you're going with Brock Purdy can't win. Why can't he? He seems like he's got full grasp.
He's going to make a mistake at some point.
That's fine, but he's going to rebound from it. Yes, he's going to make a mistake, but to me, it comes down to that whole unit, right? The whole unit, and the unit is not only the weapons; it's the coach.
And remember, too, this is me talking about the Cowboys. Yep. You know my feeling about the Cowboys.
The Cowboy kicker or the San Francisco quarterback? And do you trust Dak Prescott more than you trust Brock Purdy? Because I don't.
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
So that's why you can make that bet.
Yes, I do.
I'm all in on Brock Purdy, but what would I know? I just won a belt yesterday.
Which I get. And
the 49ers. But it smells. But yes, you asked me earlier, man. Is there a smell? And I was like, well, yeah, it smells. But there's certain things that I throw that away from.
It smells to me. I'm a big Tony Pollard guy, too.
Yeah.
He's really
good, man. He's really good. Now, they mess it up.
That's a fine young man.
That's a fine young man. They mess it up from time to time, giving it to Zeke Elliott. They waste their time doing that. But whatever.
I mean, you saw last night when they were kind of running that 4-minute offense. They would give it to Tony Pollard, and he would just get like chunk yardage after chunk yardage. Give it to Zeke, 2 yards, 2nd and 8. It was almost like clockwork. But yeah, I mean, the Cowboys, I think this is one of the better Cowboy teams since the 90s, and guys like Tony Pollard and Micah Parsons, those emergences, I wouldn't be shocked if they beat San Francisco. I'll just say that.
Okay. I get that. For me, I got a feeling the spread tells me a story sometimes. And for that game to open up at 3.5, I was stunned. I saw it got pushed up to 4. I would suspect that's going to get pushed. You know what that is? That's going to be a game too. Are they the Saturday night game?
Ooh,
I can't remember what the time was on that. I can't remember if they're the Saturday night game or if they're the Sunday night game. But as that game gets closer, that spread will get stretched up more and more. I think.
Yeah,
I think the
if you're
going to
grab that game on San Fran's side, you can grab it right now.
Right now. If you're taking San Fran, take them now. You take them last night when it opened.
It's the Sunday night game.
Oh yeah. Especially if an upset happens, everyone will double down and take the Niners. That spread will move to 5. It'll move to 5.
I would think it's going to be right around there.
I think I would advise my clients, say, hey, let that line stretch and then come in and take the Cowboys.
Yeah, if you're going to go Cowboys, wait till game time.
Absolutely.
All right. Speaking of the 49ers, this is third down.
Down?
Would it be a massive disappointment if the 49ers don't win a Super Bowl this season?
They're getting all this run, right? Are they the people's favorite?
Yeah, out of the NFC, certainly.
Yeah, I think they are the people's favorite. And I think people are really quick, although I don't get a good feeling about the Eagles. It's weird how wide open the NFC is. Mm-hmm. It is really weird. And how wide open the NFC is. And you have 3 teams from that division we joked about back in August.
That's the craziest part.
It is the craziest part. See, I could see the Eagles going to the Super Bowl, and I could see the Giants beating the Eagles.
I agree.
Isn't that wild? What a time to be alive.
No, but it is. And if there's any team out there that went for, you got to remember the San Francisco team was 3-4 until they traded for Christian McCaffrey to make the run, 10 straight and into the playoffs. So I think they're clicking. Their window's closing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of decisions to be made there. And it almost feels, it's not quite what the Rams were, but it feels like this has got to be their year. At least them in KC, right? There's decisions that got to be made. And KC's moved guys around. You lost Tyreek Hill and stuff like this, but San Fran's not going to be able to keep all these guys. It's like the perfect storm. They better do it now.
And Goodfella says Brock Purdy was a 4-year starter in college, and no one talks about that. And that is true. But this is different. This is different level.
Yeah.
And now you're talking about you win, you go to the NFC Championship. Now you're talking about playing a Cowboys team that is capable of scoring. Now you don't know which Cowboys team you're going to get, and that is fair to say.
Absolutely.
That is 100% fair to say. I'm just saying I got a feeling about it. That's all. But I would say for all 4 teams, I would say even as a Lion, how about this? Even as a Lions fan, it's disappointing that they couldn't get to the Super Bowl this year, because if they got in, they would have had a look.
Yes.
They would have had a look at it. And if you got in this, you got a shot. Except for the Buccaneers and the Seahawks. Those are the only 2 that didn't have a shot.
Well, the reason I mentioned the 49ers, though, is because that Christian McCaffrey trade was sort of like their all-in moment. And the 49ers, they've been one of the best franchises in the NFL for the better part of 10 to 12 years. And they haven't cashed one in. At least KC has already cashed one in.
You know what? Yeah, that's fair. They've been a couple times. They should have went last year.
Yes.
The defensive back drops another Stafford interception that hit him in the chest. You know what? You're getting me on board. Originally, I would say no because you have Brock Purdy at quarterback. But from a franchise perspective, Sam Flannel, you got me on board, man.
All right. No, I don't think there's any question about it. All right, 4th down. Which AFC contender looked more vulnerable this past weekend, the Bills or the Bengals?
The Bills. The Bengals were on brand, D-Mac.
They were bad. They were
on brand.
They couldn't get it right. 3 and outs. Joe Burrow didn't look himself.
But in the end,
I think that Terry nailed it yesterday as far as Buffalo, after all the emotion to what happened to their player, to come back to, scoring on the kickoff and blowing the team away. It was more of an emotional down. They'll be ready to play this week. There's a lot of talent on both sides. But what was really surprising is that Skylar Thompson-led offense could put that many points on the board. If you look at his completion percentage, the Buffalo defense kept them under 50%, but they let up some big throws.
They give up big plays. I don't get a good vibe
I'm not
from
sold.
Buffalo.
See, I'm all in on San Fran. I'm more all in on that, but I don't think. See, here's the thing: is Josh Allen going to win that game and get him over the hump before Joe Burrow gets killed by his offensive line? And whatever you're going to answer that question, right?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't.
They can figure out a way to protect Burrow. They're good.
Again, this ain't Skylar Thompson coming into town. This is Joe Burrow, and I know it, D-Mac. The analytics of it all say he gets sacked like every play. People were talking about it. People were talking about the Bengals. They were lucky to win that game. That fumble swung everything and stuff like that. But that's the Bengals. That's how they live, and we have enough data on it to say, you can't quantify it, you can't explain it. All you do is watch it happen every single time.
It's the Jaguars too.
It's the Joe Burrow effect.
Yeah, and that, to that point about the Jaguars, look at all the late comebacks and what they just done in the playoffs. So, yes, the effects. Sam Flannel, number 4.
Yes, number 5, actually.
Yeah,
this is the last one of the day, kind of piggybacking off of what we talked about earlier. Did Tom Brady make a monumental mistake coming out of retirement to play this season?
Like in his personal life or in his football life?
In his football life.
No, because the numbers were... And look, anybody that watched them a lot, the numbers were good. They were. Like the passing totals and stuff like that.
Set a record for attempts and like 778 attempts and the most completions.
Yeah, so many 3-yard checkdowns.
But I'm saying, though, the numbers checked out. The passing totals and stuff like that, they all checked out. He wasn't an embarrassment to the position. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So, no, it wasn't a monumental mistake. Was it in his life? I don't know. We were speculating about that earlier. Possibly. I mean, I don't know for sure. That's kind of my sense. It's just, again, But professionally, no, the numbers checked out. But anyone who watched saw, you knew what was happening last night. That was easy to see. You saw it happen all year. They were an 8-9 football team in a bad division. That's what they were. We had a whole year of data on it.
You knew when he threw his first interception in the red zone since forever in that back play when it was done.
You absolutely knew.
Evans not in the same, and you throw in the back of the end zone.
They almost looked relieved too, when the game was over.
Yes.
Like Mike Evans looked like, just a weight was lifted off his shoulders. You ever have a season like that where you were like relieved it was over?
No, because we played in the playoffs, so he was always pissed first. I mean, there's injuries. I mean, I remember playing bad injuries in the play. Like, you're happy so you don't not beating your body down. You can go get surgery or you can go take care of it. You're happy about that. But other than that, no. No, because that's what happens. Sam, I was to playing in the playoffs.
I was told your career was mid, so I just figured you knew about that. But that came from somebody else. I don't remember.
There you go on listening to other people, right? Exactly. But you know what's not mid, and is always there for you. That's Alta. At Alta, uptime matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done right. You got a bog project coming up because it's so nice outside. Alta Rent, they've got you covered. Give them a call today, 844. Go to Alta. That's 844. Go to Alta.
As chilly weather approaches, Big Boy's got the perfect comfort meals for you. Try our hearty classic meatloaf or our creamy Cajun chicken Alfredo. These will be sure to leave you craving for more. How about breakfast? Our stuffed potato pancakes are back with our lumberjack, blockbuster, and Santa Fe Garden. These potato pancakes will definitely fill you up. Whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, come stock up on the perfect comfort meal today. We'll see you soon at Big Boy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Olafson, DC, the founder of the Custom Health Centers, and we've helped thousands of people learn how easy it is to lose weight and keep it off with our customized weight loss and body contouring programs.
With Custom Health, you don't feel hungry, you eat well. My name is Simeon Timbuk, and I've lost 71 pounds on the program.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle, baby, talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
What's going on, everybody? It's Spencer for the Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck, the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited plan, private lane reservation for $120. If you get thirsty, they got a $2 mystery beer vending machine and multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So make sure you go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at foalingwarehouse.com.
Coming down the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raster, T-Foss back at it tomorrow. What is today, Wednesday? Tuesday. All right, so today's Tuesday. Cool story. Red Wings last night, yesterday during the day on MLK Day, a little afternoon affair against the Colorado Avalanche. They get absolutely cooked. They were down 5-0 again. You just can't win games when you're down 5-0. D-Mac, explain this to me. I have two things. I want to ask your permission for something, and I want to ask the people's permission. But before we get to that, D-Mac, please explain the intricacies of how. How are you down 4-0 every game for the last 2 weeks? No, I mean for real.
I don't know.
I'm not trying to be an
ass. Because you can't score on their net and you can't. But it's a consistency to.
I get how the math
embarrassing.
Of it works.
You got to switch it up. So you're obviously doing. I don't know what it is doing wrong, but you're out of the games. And if you look at the goal differential and stuff like that in the first periods, right? You're shooting yourself in the foot. You're coming from behind. Lack of preparation. I don't know. This goes to being prepared and in that locker room. And I'm not gonna go through like, Larkin's not a captain and whatever it is. Here's the bottom line, guys. You can't wait. You can waver on any other fandom thing, but I'm telling you, if you're on the hashtag Wiser plan, when you get frustrated like this and don't know, check out. I checked out Saturday. After they beat Toronto at home and then came out to that effort, it was like, oh, okay. Well, my sanity, because I'm lucky, right? Because my role with the organization is for the fans, right? Is for the fans and getting everybody prepared. It has nothing to do with what's going on the ice, even though I watch and I can give my 2 cents. But I don't know what's going on in the room. But they're not ready to play, and it's not that team. Now, here's the bottom line, which when you live by the hashtag, why is he playing 1919? Right? Is that you wait and see what he does. What did you tell me every time as somebody else? Is that every time you have a question about, hey, what's going on here? Is it not addressed? Or you have an answer or something else goes on? I'm just going to implore everybody, and we'll do 5 for Fighting tomorrow, and I got questions. Let's wait till after the trade deadline. Like, this team is what it is. I mean, I'm telling you all along, it's friggin' roller coaster ride. You ever been to Cedar Point and gone on the Millennial? Right? It's a roller coaster ride. That's what we're doing. This isn't the year. We aren't San Francisco. We aren't that playoff team. We're hoping to be in the conversation last week of the year. Doesn't look like we're going to be. So, do what I do. Follow, check out. Like yesterday's game, the minute they went back, because then I get upset about other things, right? Then I'm not getting into this goal shouldn't have been allowed, and this should have. Then we're getting screwed by the ref. No, I don't care. It doesn't matter because you're not a playoff team. So when you're ready to win something, right? Then come talk. Then come talk to me as a fandom.
D-Mac, I was into it, though. I was into being back into it. I was into it being appointment viewing. I was into it saying, hey, I have to watch a Wings game tonight. I got to keep tabs on I was into it. But, as they sit now, they are 7 points back of the second wild card spot, which is the Pittsburgh Penguins. But the problem is they're back of 4 teams. And the other problem with that is, look, the New York Islanders are tied for that last wild card spot. They're getting it together. The Florida Panthers have won 2 in a row. They're getting it back together. These are good teams.
This is coming out of, and I'll take you right into my brain, okay, from what I heard and what I said to you last week about Stevie saying not being healthy, but we're different than last year and he expects to be better second half of the season, right? If he says that and he doesn't see what he wants, and he gets mad, here's a guy that's going to pull the trigger and put this team in the best spot moving forward to win. So, yes, it's going to be uncomfortable when your captain's name comes up or Tyler Bertuzzi comes up or guys that you like. Why do they come up? Because it's about making the team better. And if Steve Yzerman thinks it's going to make the team better, that's unfortunate, right, that it is. I still think that as far as Dylan is your captain, it's just the frustrating. Again, need more players. Maybe it's more to what we talk about talent-wise and having the talent that it's just not there yet. But rest assured, the guy in charge knew this months before we did.
Bradley Stroh on a WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Bradley, I haven't noticed you in here before. Appreciate you tapping into Big D Energy. I'm pissed at the Wings. They should be better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, me too. Should be more consistent. It doesn't play on wins and losses. You shouldn't come out and be giving away.
They are better. They are better than they were last year.
They are better. They're more talented, but they're inconsistent to get to that next level, right? They are. They've taken a step up, but that step up isn't to the playoff level. It's what I said at the beginning of the year. Why would I say that your expectations for this year is I hope the last week of the season, there's 2 games left, and I go, hey, Flannel Sam, we win these 2 games, we're in the playoffs. Yeah, let's cheer, right? That's not cup expectations, but it's making a step up, right? You're leveling up. So understand these are the frustrations. The consistency and doing the same, what do I always preach? Scotty Bowman, make a mistake, correct it. Don't make the same mistake twice. They're making the same mistakes twice. So it's more of communication. What did I say early on when Derek Lalonde came here? Defense first, 1-1-3, right? I mean, every day I'll bring up 1-1-3 and the 3-1-3, whatever like this. But it takes a season. Takes a year for everybody to commit to it, and what you're seeing is there's holes. But now's the time for the holes, right? So I say we can talk about it. And I saw somebody in Capitals, look what they're doing to me. They're not doing anything to me, right? I save it for now when we talk about it. Other than that, it's irrelevant. Because my expectations, Neal, are more so that I would put them for the University of Michigan to win a national championship than it would be the Red Wings win a Stanley Cup right now.
See, I just thought it was going to last longer. Like I didn't expect him to make the playoffs.
We all did, but then the writing's on the wall when you look. You just brought it up. You're in a division,
right? I see how this was going to play out. My problem was last year. I remember the day. Last year, it was the first week of January. Second week of January. They played Boston at home. And they were about where they are now. Like it was time to make your move, and they got cooked, like 5-0 or whatever it was, shockingly. And no, that's what happened. They got cooked, and then it was over. Then they lost like 4 in a row, and it was a wrap. We're on that same timeline right here, D-Mac. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's not. But you're talking about wins and losses.
Yes, I am. I know, and you're right. You're right. That's why I go to you. That's why I ask.
Right, it's not about wins and losses.
I got another. This has become a critical question, and I have it for you after I tell you about the sports marketing agency. They spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast is called This is the S Word. It spreads awareness of fentanyl and the other addictions that are going on. And the S Word podcast is about removing the stigma associated with seeking help for your mental issues that you have going on. Go to thesportsma.com if you're struggling or you know someone who is. The Sports Marketing Agency, they're here to help.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Neal Ruhl here for Bedrock Detroit. Downtown Detroit's all decked out all winter long with the return of the Cadillac Lodge in Monroe Street Midway. The giant slide, the winter bumper cars, the indoor arcade. Plus, you can grab drinks at the Lodge before or after Red Wings games or Pistons games. You can shop, eat, and play downtown all winter long with deckedoutdetroit.com. Final segment of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. It almost kind of feels like a funeral for the season a little bit for the Red Wings, for me anyway.
Well, it right now, Neal, they're not giving you something that your attention, right? So there's other things that need your attention, defend the football season stuff that they're not making you at a priority, so don't make them a priority.
No, and
it's
I get
okay
that.
Because this year, right, the expectations, it's where the Lions were. Right, like we hope to make the playoffs, but we got off to we're sort of in this spot that it doesn't look like we're going to make the playoffs. Now, when I say this, take this in to understand my mentality. Like, let's wait till the trade. Let's see what this next year is playoffs or fire this guy. How's that? You like that? It's next year. There's no excuse but the playoffs, or else questions. Yes, to everything else, but now's not the time, guys. It's too soon. Please, and plus. 19, he looks like he's a little bit perturbed. So sit back and watch what he does. It's exciting.
And I'll go have a council with them in the coming weeks.
Would you? Yes. I mean, you figured you guys didn't talk about this when you were talking about like the Ned thing,
Yeah,
and weaponizing
absolutely.
the cap and all this different stuff.
Well, speaking of that, DMAC, Michael Laughlin, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Is there a trade lurking yet? And I know that's everyone's snap reaction. Is there a trade? Michael, I'll say yes, because all these movements with the players to waivers, by the way, and
Bert's on the third line.
But here's the deal. You look down, and for this season, now, after that move, by putting Ned on waivers, and now he returns to Grand Rapids, now they have $7.2 million in cap space for this year, right now.
Right, which means you can pick up money. Like
Yes.
it's all about weaponization.
So Mike, is there a trade lurking yet? Yes, but you guys aren't going to love it. You know what I'm saying? I think the cord is being pulled. I'm not saying a tank per se. The financial cord is being pulled right now, where you're going to trim your fat. And that's what they're doing, because Ned was fat on the roster. He was trimmed, right? Put out on waivers.
Absolutely.
So now, yes, this is a long answer to your question. Yes, a trade is lurking. However, you are not going to like it. It's going to be some veteran that's at the end of the rope, that's on a contending team, that they want to move out so they can go make a move and put themselves over the top, because they'll need the salary to
You know
take
what
on.
it is, Neal, and is this fair to say the payoff to what the trade is to whether a win will be? We're sitting here on that conference playoff run because whatever you did to either draft this guy or gave money available, but it's like a 3 in 2 or in 3 years, it's the return.
Yeah,
right. The return
absolutely.
ain't now. That's how he gets everybody else to load up the war chest. So
Yeah. It's not going to be something that's going to save this season or anything like that, like people would expect it. What about this one, DMAC? Cody Engel. Does Stevie Y have a timetable to being held accountable?
Yeah, like I said, next year there's no playoffs. It's like, what's going on? I think do you not have to give him time for what he walked into, and do you see him making moves of progress? He never sits still. So I think the questioning would be after next year if they don't make the playoffs. So he's still got a year and whatever else. Let's just see what he does. And everybody, I get it. But it's more important to build the foundation than it is to win now. Don't you get it? So that we don't have to ever be back in this spot.
Yeah. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Beast Mode says, think Yzerman makes a move at the deadline. Not buying, though, because I just don't see him doing it. But could he trade Burt or someone else? And I would keep an eye on that, because you have to make your decision. Because if you're deciding we're not signing him, then you get something for him.
Right. And almost, to me, the analogy of not quite, but Burt's like your Hawkinson, sort of. Or what are you going to do? Because you have to pay him next year. It's not about this year. It's he part of the plan.
You got to trade him or pay him.
Is he part of the plan moving forward to win?
Which your answer is the trade deadline day. When that trade deadline day, if it comes and goes and Burt's still here, that's your answer.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Because
even if it's not signed, absolutely.
We're getting down to it. Let's go Red Wings Sparty. This is interesting, too. Interesting to see how Husso does down the road this season. Already 30 starts this year compared to 40 being his career high prior to this season.
Well, I think at times you could see there's fatigue. He looks tired, right? So, again, it's him learning how to play and putting himself in a position that he hasn't been in before.
Yeah. Bradley also says, I don't like trading Burt. All right, Brad, then you like paying him. There's only two outcomes with the Bertuzzi thing. And when's the trade deadline again? March, right?
Yeah.
It's
like
trade deadline's in March.
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
6 weeks from
So you're going to
yesterday.
get some resolution on that situation. That's the resolution for
March
the show
3rd.
today. What's that?
March 3rd.
March 3rd's trade deadline?
Yeah.
So we're getting close. We're getting close.
It's usually a month before WrestleMania.
There has been no more comment, more on brand,
That is on brand.
than that one. For DMAC, for Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, my name's Neal Ruhl. Thanks for tuning in. Big D
Deuces.
Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.